Hey, check it out. It's Arafon. We're going to see a little bit more about how Arafon's Kerbal Space Program plants a flag on Duna. We got this vehicle down here in the last series. We actually wanted to start here in the way that I uploaded these because this is it's actually pretty cool. Anyone can get a vehicle like this out to Duna. We try to do it in a little bit of an unconventional way. We're going to see how that panned out here in a little bit. So this vehicle managed to land on Duna, and we have a contract to plant a flag on Duna, and we're going to do so. Pet Bald here is going to just wander off just a little bit to make sure we don't blow the flag away, and he'll plant his flag. Well, we're on Duna's surface. Alright. Duna's shuttle landing. Why not? And while we're at it, we'll take an EV airport. Yep, that's Duna's surface. And we'll take a surface sample from where we planted the flag. Yep, okay. No surprises there. Speed things up a bit. Gas off. And... yeah, let me in. Okay. Don't need that anymore. Might as well run some experiments while we're here. Yeah, here we are. Those things are strapped onto the landing gear struts of this shuttle vehicle. Fuel's on. A little bit of it's been burned already. Flag's out there. Target is set. Stability track is on. And let's get out of here. Nice and easy till we clear the crest of the dune. This vehicle is able to fly under aerodynamic power right around 100 meters per second in Duna's atmosphere. Fortunately, the gravity's so low that we can pretty much just blast our way on out of here. 45 degrees, 50 degrees, nose up, full power. The vector comes right into alignment with the spacecraft's, or in this case the aircraft's, Duna aircraft's attitude. Landing gear up, lights are out, and up we come. We do have a transport vehicle waiting in orbit for us, and we're going to go marry up with it. I just wanted to show that this particular vessel, with most of a full tank of gas, not even a full tank of gas, I'm going to move the CG just a little forward here, manages to climb on out of Duna's atmosphere and into Duna orbit without too much trouble, thanks to a little bit of aerodynamic lift and plenty of velocity. Alright, CG's where I want it. Ooh, overshot our mark there. Still got plenty of fuel though. And we will speed things up. Our target here is the swinger. As we come out of Duna's atmosphere, might as well extend our panels again. Keep this thing charged up. And we'll want to deploy our docking mechanism. 3 degrees off characteristic. We'll want to let our target, the swinger, catch up to us, so we'll go ahead and keep our 87 kilometer orbital position and accelerate up to about that same position in orbit. Now the swinger has a rather eccentric orbit right now, just from its re-entry position. We can see from here delta V needs to be about another 500 meters per second without even running a maneuver point. We know that. And we'll max that thrust out here using our aerospike engine. Correcting as we burn for our ascending node. Very shortly we will be officially in orbit. And yeah, we're there now actually. 55 kilometers is orbit of Duna. Still got 97 kilograms of liquid fuel out there. While we're at the ascending node, we'll go ahead and twist this thing off to the south. The orbit is in the right direction, by which I mean it is eastbound. Alright, we've got coincident orbits now. At the apoapsis of our own orbit, we will maneuver ourselves to go meet up with the swinger. Should have plenty of fuel to do so. Our contract's been satisfied. Plant a flag on Duna. That's wonderful news. Thrusting now to run the apoapsis of this particular orbit out to meet up with the swingers. No sense in bringing a lot of extra chemical fuel up anyway. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and let the swinger catch up to us just a tad. Actually, I take that back. We need to catch up to it. No matter. I'm actually going to switch to it and run its orbit outward just a bit. So here are the Swinger transport vessels, solar powered, lots of batteries, and plenty of ion thrusters. As you might have guessed already, we're going to dock our shuttlecraft inside this ring of ion thrusters, which allows us to keep the center of thrust and the center of mass aligned. You can see it's a very compact vessel. Just a nice cupola module and crew complement and the power packs and lots of xenon gas. And that's how we're going to get ourselves back to Kerbin. So we actually need to run our periapsis out to target periapsis of about 90 kilometers. And then a little more. And we should get good, quickly approaching intersects. Alright, good enough. Let's see, just a little bit of 0.1 there. Still plenty of liquid fuel on the little big. We're going to switch back to it to operate this approach. Speed things up a tad and we'll see our approach distance is descending quickly. Might as well enjoy a few great views here of the orb of Duna out the front window on the FO and captain side. Keep things sped up here. We're coming around to the descending node. Might as well correct that eccentricity or non-planarness while we come across it. I'll just do that with monopropellant. 0.1 degrees off. Right there. And again, our orbits are nice and coincident. We're actually going to want to come out through this attitude around to about there. And we'll be catching up on the next orbit, I think. Or rather near to it. Yep. Let's adjust this intersect a little bit using some monopropellant. Wrong way initially. Back things off. Don't want to get back into the atmosphere. We get down to 41 kilometers or so. And 30, 17, 16, 15, 12. Still looking good on distance. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. And that's where we'll do an intercept of our Swinger transport craft. Thing looks great coming up in the forward window when we get up to it. There's our target. Orbit's approaching. Might as well slow things up and get ourselves aligned for our target approach. We're going to have to slow our approach by quite a bit when we get there. Alright, it 1.5 minutes to join. We'll align. It's rendered. 30 seconds to join. Alright, now the delicate work begins. I'm going to slow it right on down to about 10 meters per second. Cut off the main engine and run on monopropellant. Till we get within a couple hundred meters. Speed things up to there. The alignment direction is important. Don't want to go into this ring the wrong way. And we can't back into it. So we'll see right now, everything's just a little bit far out. So I'm going to actually lower our approach just a tad and we'll fly past it at about 2 meters per second. Looks about right. Raise our approach back up. Just like that. And then we'll stop our approach. Again, a very delicate docking procedure. Everyone will have plenty of power since we're just coming into Duna sunrise. Take a look at this. I guess don't take a look at it quite yet. Oh, there it is. Wonderful look at the Swinger transorbital vessel as it comes across. Making a little course adjustment here. See its position in the glass change. Go ahead and get well aligned and move toward our intercept. Plenty of monopropellant. Rotational alignment's very important to get married up correctly. Every dimension matters in this dock. Let's have another look. This side from the right side. I think that's pretty cool. Slowing her down. Still have closure. Switch to a chase view. Where are we with regards to our target? Oh, we have not. We lost our target. There it is. Looks like we're maybe just a little bit high in the slot. Rotationally about there looks about right. Cool. There goes the docking module above us. Oh, we get several inches of clearance. Plenty. Looking good, left and right, up and down. Maybe just a little left. Good strong magnets. And we are docked. Might as well shut this thing down. We're not going to need it for a while. And here we are. Docked to the transport vessel after a successful landing and departure from Duna's surface. It is a fully reusable Duna shuttle system. What's next? Well, we need to descend our orbit back down to Kerbin's. Not really time orbitally to do that yet, but we might as well just demonstrate this craft's maneuverability and ability to exit from one planet's influence to another, and check out what it looks like with all those engines fired up. Light them up. Nice gentle push from, I don't know, a whole bunch of ion drive engines. Xeon gas is coming down nice and quick. Our electric charge is coming down quick, but obviously we have plenty of it from a couple of great big batteries and a whole bunch of smaller ones positioned around inside of the vessel. I think these guys ought to have a little more room, huh? There we go. Get another look from the inside of the cupola module. You can see the hatch plate down there. But other than that, there's not a whole lot to see. Visibility is actually quite good out of the cupola when the daughter ship is docked up. Cool. Alright, how are we coming on our exit burn? Or push, or exit nudge from our ion drive engines. Nothing happens terribly fast with this craft, but it works just fine. It's very stable. You can walk away and grab a beverage while your burn takes place. And we're putting something around the order of a whole or maybe 1.5 meters per second of acceleration onto the vessel. Not too shabby, really. It's a wonderful, compact, and fully reusable way to get to Duna and back, which is not something that I think most programs offer. Likes up there at a little under 3 million kilometers, or 3 million meters. Do a little pitch adjustment here. You see it maneuvers just fine. Just a little bit of slack in the system, but everything comes and goes back into alignment just marvelously. Of course, we started out this endeavor with full fuel on the docked vessel, and now we've gotten, well, not nearly as much after our ascent. So the center of thrust has moved just a little higher, reference to the center of mass. If this ever becomes a problem, we can just shut down this top engine. But right now, the gyro modules seem to be operating just fine. We just got a little bit of pitch down worked up in there. Keep everything lined up. Coming up through 1 million meters of apogee. The video containing the landing of this vessel on Duna is rather dramatic. It's not actually aerodynamically capable of sustaining enough lift to make a smooth touchdown on Duna. There's a little almost cobra maneuver you have to do. The atmosphere is so thin, the gravity is so light, that the way to establish a low descent rate is to flip the vehicle around against its direction of movement using RCS propellant and thrusting with the primary thruster, primary engine, to stop its motion over the surface at a very low altitude, and essentially letting it fall 3-point onto its gear. Before we started this video, I had taken it from that westbound heading after that maneuver and turned it around back to the east, which was toward a nice dune to ramp us up into our initial ascent attitude anyway. Worked out quite marvelously. But no parachutes are necessary. Next time I may bring some anyway. Alright, we are rapidly approaching escape velocity. And then we'll head out into Sun orbit. You can see we've still got plenty of xenon gas. We'll be able to move her down from Sun orbit to a aerobraking maneuver in Kerbin, and then we will separate the landing vehicle in Kerbin's thicker atmosphere. It'll have no trouble making a glide to a nice smooth landing straight ahead at Kerbal Space Center. We'll save that for our next video. I presume you don't need to see a transorbital burn and insertion and aerobraking into Kerbin's atmosphere. We'll save the next video to start at the approach into KSP and the return of this particular vessel with all of its Duna-provided science, its Duna-visited crew, and its flag, or rather its contract complete, back to the Kerbal Space Center. Thanks again for taking a look at it. Hope you have a good rest of the evening. We should be coming to apoapsis in escape about now. There it is. And everything looks just marvelous for our transorbital burn, which we'll program here in a little bit. Oh, probably in about 100 days. Thanks again. See you next time.